Hello, hello, and welcome. Welcome on into the Swear Word. I'm your host, Brandon Swear. And hey, this is a podcast for the chilihead community, by the chilihead community. Regardless of your spice tolerance, this is the place for you. Man, we have an amazing episode here tonight. We have two sauces on deck for Hot or Not. We have some amazing guests locked and loaded, ready to go. And we had to bring back the Sauce Gauntlet. So, episode 77 starts now. Hey, welcome on in, Swear Nation. So glad to have everyone here. Whether you're tuning in on YouTube, Spotify, Rumble, or Apple Podcasts, thank you so much for being here. As well as if this is your first time checking out the show, glad to have you here. We are continuing to grow. And, if you know any chili heads that are, whether they are constantly pushing themselves or maybe they're just curious about the world of hot, this is a great place for them to be, so share this out with other like-minded chili heads. And if you want to cover everything to do with the world of hot, that's what happens right here. Tonight we have two sauces on deck for Hot or Not. Both of these are collab sauces. This is Shinedown and Torchbearer, and this is going to be an absolutely amazing fun time diving into these. So I cannot wait to get started with this. As well as we have some amazing guests. We have Ben, we have Vid of Torchbearer Hot Sauce, as well as I brought back, everyone's fan favorite, the Sauce Gauntlet. So, Sauce Gauntlet locked and loaded. If you would have answered the game any different than Ben or Vid has chosen, let me know down below in the comments. And let's go ahead and kick it on over to Hot or Not. Hey, welcome on into Hot or Not. We have an amazing episode here tonight. We have two sauces on deck tonight. These are the Shinedown sauces by Torchbearer Sauces. This is Symptom and Attention. So let's do this. Let's go ahead and we will start out with Symptom. Let me go ahead and grab that one there. Give it a good shake. Get it going. All right, so this is Symptom from Shinedown. This is a Torchbearer sauce. So great overall color on this sauce. You have this nice, almost this red brick color to where it is almost brown, but not quite. It's still a little bit red, but not fully. So love the overall look on this. You can see specks of, looks like maybe seasoning, some pepper bits, etc. going on in there. So it's not just a very straightforward sauce, nice medium consistency from what it looks like. And for all those that are keeping track, it does have a perforated cellophane wrapper. So go ahead and pull that now, get that off, and we shall check this one out. So give it another good shake. We'll open the lid. Oh, wow. Absolutely amazing aroma. You're picking up a nice smoky note, maybe a little bit of garlic, a little bit of onion. It just has a nice savory depth to this sauce. Really excited to check this one out. From a visual look, let's take a look at the pour actually. There we go. Look at that. Nice medium hold. Once it gets going, it's going. This looks, the way it was pouring, the way it looks creamy, it looks inviting. I cannot wait. Cheers. Wow. Holy cow. Wow. Nope. I'm still salivating like crazy. That is phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. I may have had my own thought of what I thought a Chipotle hot sauce would taste like, or should taste like, if I should say. But that That is perfection. Absolutely, from start to finish. The second you get it, you're greeted with this nice, comforting, kind of a smoky, savory depth to the sauce, a nice creamy undertone coming through, and then you're greeted with the overall chipotle taste. The chipotle pepper is really on, salivating like wild, is on point. It is just bright. It is there. It lets you know it has come to party. I am already picturing all of the amazing things this is going to go great on. But one in particular that my brain immediately snapped to is a nice sandwich or burger like that. Oh, I can't. No, not going to be. There will be no other, condiment or anything touching the bread of my bun on my burgers or sandwiches while this is in the house. This is going to be very heavily coated, and it will be bringing forward all this amazing flavor. This is also going to be one that I can already tell you now my wife is going to absolutely be in love with. So this is one I'll be sharing, unfortunately, but fortunately. You got to share that spice. You got to share that love. And man. So heat-wise, very, very much one that you would be able to jump in, enjoy, have a good time. If your tolerance, if you're just getting started and you're not really working on anything too crazy, maybe you haven't even dabbled in hot sauce yet, this is going to be one that you'll be able to enjoy. It'll be, slightly hot for you, but nothing too crazy. It'll definitely be a lot more of a flavor bomb, a lot more of an enjoyable time. And that soft, inviting, creamy, savory notes are just, oh my goodness, perfection. No other way to say it other than perfection. Now, from a burn standpoint, doesn't really, it hits the gums initially, sits there for just a little bit, nothing too crazy, and then it fizzles out. There's no real prolonged burn. There's nothing in the chest, nothing in the throat, nothing in the gut. All in all, just a phenomenal taste, a very nice kiss of heat, and a flavorful time the whole way through. So, from a versatility standpoint, I could see myself using this just about on anything. The only thing I would not be gravitating towards is going to be desserts, but it is not intended to be on desserts. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and read off some ingredients. All right, so symptom from Shinedown, we have GMO-free canola oil, garlic, chipotle jalapenos, distilled white vinegar, water, lime juice, Dijon mustard, and then we have sea salt, chili powder, and black pepper. That Dijon mustard is definitely what's giving it this great, creamy, very inviting, very savory note, because that Dijon mustard, I guarantee you, is what's holding all of those ingredients into this beautiful marriage that just explodes on your taste buds. I absolutely love this one here. A very limited ingredient lineup as far as what is in here, perfectly executed. Hands down, this is my favorite Chipotle hot sauce. Favorite Chipotle sauce in general. We'll put it that too. It blows out any other Chipotle sauce that I have had to date. So absolutely crushed it. That's the Shinedown Symptom Sauce that is created by Torchbearer. All right, let's go ahead and read off these scores here for Symptom, the Shinedown sauce created by Torchbearer. And hey, before I get started, as you can see here, this is the official scoring card. I break things down a little bit different here. I don't do a 1 out of 10. I do a 1 out of 5. And then that is based off these 5 categories here: heat, aroma, flavor, versatility, burn. Heat is that first, 0 to 30 second max window. Burn is anything past that 30 seconds, where it sits, how it sits. Does the burn amplify? Does the burn migrate? Does it affect the throat? Does it affect the gut? Does it affect the stomach? All these things kind of all get baked into how burn is affected. So without further ado, let's go ahead and list these off. So heat coming in at 2.25, aroma of 4.75. We have flavor of 4.8, versatility of a 4, a burn of 2.5 for a total swear word rating of 3.61. Absolutely amazing. I mean, you can see here aroma and flavor on this sauce. I believe to date is holding the current highest ranking, in that field. So amazing stuff. Do not let the heat of this sauce pass you by. This is definitely one you need to check out, and you will enjoy yourself. That is for sure. Let's go ahead and we will grab attention, and get this one going. So give it a good shake. All right. Now, love the overall color on this one. This one has a much more higher flow rate. As I turn it, I can see, this will be a higher flow rate compared to Symptom. Now, get that perforated seal off and out of the way. Give it another good shake. Bright orange. Just by the overall visual representation of this sauce, this is screaming to me habanero because of the bright orange color pop that you're seeing. So looking forward to jumping into this one. I also, as you saw with the last sauce, I do not like to read or review the ingredients ahead of time. I really like to let my taste buds do the exploration, really get that full understanding without reading something and then visually, imagining these other ingredients there. That's why sometimes I may say something, and whenever I look at the ingredients, I may be incorrect or I may be spot on, but that's part of the fun. But here we go. This is attention. This is hot. Here we go. Very nice pour. Nice high flow. Cheers. Oh my goodness. Right off the, before I get into it, the aroma on this is very much habanero. Little kiss of sweetness. I'm looking forward to this one. Here we go. Man, that is amazing. Right off the bat, you are greeted with a very bright, fruity note from the mango. Then you're getting what tastes like a little bit of onion, maybe some garlic kind of transitioning through there. And as that starts to head in to full swing with all three of those, you're picking up what tastes like the habanero, definitely getting the habanero sting. For all of those that are unfamiliar with it, habanero is one of those peppers that has a very unique way that it goes about burning you. It is almost a stinging nature, and it is obviously not quite the same as if you're eating a fresh pepper. If you're eating a fresh habanero, much more intense sting. Whenever you're having habanero in sauces, etc., salsas, any of those natures, it will be a slightly more muted down version of that, but the indicative nature of that burn lets me definitely know that that is the case going on here. You're having the initial heat hit the front of the lips, the gums, and initially, if you're just starting out, this would be hot for you. Moderation would be key, but you would still be able to, manage to have this one work out for you without really burning you down. I'm still salivating like crazy. That is tasty. Love every second of it. Now, as the heat dies back and the burn starts to really kick in, you start to feel it migrate more towards the mid to mid back part of the mouth. Not quite the throat, but just teetering right there between the middle of the tongue and right where the throat is about to start. And it'll just roar and sting and kind of just let that heat and burn really kind of mold together and do its thing. Now, from a flavor standpoint, you are getting this amazing mango just the right amount of sweetness. Now, whenever I say sweet, this is not going to be overbearingly sweet. This is going to be just clearly from that overall fruit body coming through here. Absolutely love it. And the heat, constantly pushing yourself. You're working towards your personal best, and you're always striving for the next hottest thing. This is going to be a nice mild to medium sauce for you. Absolutely amazing. This could easily be anyone's everyday use sauce. So let's go ahead and read off some ingredients here. All right. So for attention, this is hot from Shinedown. This is, see here, mango, water, distilled white vinegar, habanero peppers, lemon juice, white sugar, onion, and salt. Phenomenal job there. Absolutely crushed it with being able to deliver the heat that you need, the overall great taste of the fruit throughout this. You're getting some of the accent notes from the onion to kind of bring in some savory folds and really make it a harmonious transfer of flavor balance on this sauce. I would definitely say, as far as the versatility as well, I wanted to mention this sauce right here. I could easily see myself incorporating in a spicy adult beverage, or just spicing up a beverage of any kind in general. A little bit of splash of that in, say, a lemonade. Give it a good stir. It's going to be phenomenal, bringing that fruity and that habanero taste forward. So I would definitely attribute to be a bit more on the versatile side. Obviously, you have your common go-tos, your tacos, your burgers, your sandwiches. You could even incorporate this with a salad dressing as like a base to create your own salad dressing. Pizza, of course, you're going to allow this up. Tacos, you name it. It's going to go great on it. All right, let's go ahead and read off these here scores. So heat coming in at 3.07, aroma of 4.08. We have flavor of 4.14, a versatility of 4.1, a burn of 3.15 for a total swear word rating of 3.71. There we go. Another amazing sauce. These are the Shinedown sauces by Torchbearer. That was attention, and symptom. I will have the direct links for those down below, as well as a link to the 3-pack where you can also check out Devour, which will be featured here on the podcast very soon. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump on over to the interview. Hey, Ben. Hey, Vid. How's it going?
Good. Great.
Yeah, doing great. Excited to be here.
I am so glad to have this happen. It's been a something that I've always heard amazing things about Torchbearer sauce, and then to try y'all sauces for the first time, and then now have you here on the podcast. This is really kind of coming full circle, and honored to have you here.
Thank you. We're happy to be here.
Well, one thing I always like to start out with, just to kind of break the ice, is really gaining an understanding of what got you into the world of hot, and then what was that catapulting moment that you decided, hey, I'm going to start making my own spicy products?
Well, that's a little bit of a long story, but basically I had gotten into spice through a friend of mine just after high school, pretty much, and then I was apparently having people over to like hurt them weekly when I met him, and was like, apparently I was like, something tells me he's told me this story so many times I don't actually remember it.
We were in his parents' kitchen, and we're just hanging out, just shooting a breeze, and he looks at me. He's like, Ben, something tells me you like spicy food. And I said, yes, I do like spicy food.
And we kept having these parties where weekly we'd have like somewhere between 15 and 30 people. It depended on the week, because we were in college at that point, and we knew a lot of people. And we'd just try to kill our friends, and then we'd drink. And it was great, because we'd make stuff that was delicious, and they couldn't stop eating it. So they'd hate us for like a week, because the day after is not fun. Yep. And because you're talking, usually it was like a homemade spaghetti sauce. And so you'd be eating like a cup and a half, 2 cups of this extraordinarily spicy thing. And then, well, it's a lot. And 7 years in, we start realizing, oh yeah, people have moved away. People are, doing this, other things. And we'd have like 7, 8 people, and it was the same amount of work. And both he and I had habanero gardens, and we're like, we think we should stop doing the parties, but that would mean we have like 150 pounds of habanero to go through. Let's make a preserve, like, because we don't want them to go to waste. And yeah, we weren't a fan of hot sauce back then. It was all vinegar and water and extract 20 years ago. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But this was all fruit and vegetable, and we were like, let's try this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a lot of work early on, but yeah,
a lot of mistakes early on.
Yeah.
Well, hey, that's part of the fun though too, is really the trial and error and everything.
Yeah, and then slowly we made like the barbecues, the garlic sauces, and then we got on hot ones with zombie and started going back into the hot sauces more after that point. So, and now here we are 20 years later with like 50 plus products. So
yeah, I was about to say, y'all have quite the lineup, quite the selection to choose from. You're definitely not someone that you could say, hey, you don't have something that I would be interested in. I guarantee you, out of something that y'all make, there's something for everyone in that. Everyone from the no heat to the barbecue to the burn your face off, melt your face off hot sauces. So absolutely love it. With that being said, too, y'all have great graphic pop that goes on into the labelings. How did the zombie-esque and kind of the lure with that really come about?
Well, the zombie apocalypse was back when we were towards the first half of the company, we'll say, give or take. He and I, whenever we'd make a new sauce, we'd bottle it in 12-ounce bottles because it's easier. And he and I would take a bottle about this size. Here's one of our test bottles.
Okay.
And we would split it on a large lunch back in our late 20s, early 30s when that was really a thing. And we did this up through Rapture, technically. But we did it on Zombie. He and I, like 6 ounces of Zombie each. And his tongue was swollen. He couldn't talk.
I was stumbling around the kitchen going,
Yeah. And I barely could talk, but I yelled, "Zombie apocalypse!" And that was pretty much it, because he was like a zombie. That ended with the Rapture. We did not finish half a bottle of Rapture each. Mm-mm. And we haven't really tried ever since.
No, I don't want to.
With doing half a bottle at least to try.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that definitely makes sense. And that also kind of goes into what I was thinking next, as far as y'all's current like heat level preference that you would use every day. Is there something that you tend to gravitate around, or at least currently, as
Probably,
one of your favorites?
For me, it's anything that's like a 5 or a 6. Like the attention, the sweet onion. Around that level, we have a test sauce. It's a Burberry sauce. He and I have been constantly using the past week. That might even be a 7. I don't know.
It's a 6. It's a 6. Okay. Habanero level heat, I think, is our preferred levels currently. I do like to dose myself up with some. We have a nice tincture that I made, and so I like to test myself every once in a while. But generally, habanero heat levels
and hurt people who visit the factory.
Oh yes, that's very important. Make them try it.
He seems to really like pushing that.
Oh well, there's nothing wrong with tincture. It's phenomenal stuff. I love it. It definitely has its place. One thing that seems to be my constant go-to is I can take the beating of the heat everywhere else. It's the mouth. It doesn't matter how long I've been eating spice, how high of a tolerance I get. The mouth is always my weak spot, and tincture is the one thing that really kind of helps just get a nice, because you just swish it around for a good bit, get it nice and encoded, and you'll quickly raise your mouth tolerance with that. So, phenomenal stuff. So you make it in house now. Did you go the alcohol route, or did you go the oils route?
This is just I call it Pennsylvania Everclear. It's like 149 proof, and I just soaked a whole bunch of scorpion powder that we had in it.
He was playing with it. Like
Yeah.
we haven't actually put it out or anything, but yeah, it is good. It's very good. Eventually, we may put it out, but the rest of the crew is kind of against. Apparently, Josh was coming in.
Yeah, the rest of the crew is against
Extracts.
extracts and anything like that. So
Okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, I definitely understand. I'm not the biggest proponent for the idea of extracts in sauce, but a tincture hits a bit different. It doesn't have the same. So one of the main drawbacks that I personally have from the idea of a extract is typically the metally taste that it leaves in your mouth, and definitely the next day. I'm a big coffee drinker, and I always notice it the next morning, leaving that kind of metal taste.
it's I'm sorry.
No,
It's
no,
all
you're fine.
about it's all about the solvent that's used. If they use an ethanol solvent, it's a much cleaner extract, and you don't have that metallic bitterness. You'll get more of the pepper florals.
Oh, okay. No, I did not know that. So that's good to know. Yeah, tincture is just it's one of those that I've just recently kind of got into within the last year or two, and it's been fun. So not to get too bogged down on that, but ultimately, y'all have this amazing trio going on with Shinedown. You've had quite a few other celebrities as well that you've kind of done stuff with. How did that whole thing come to be? I guess first and foremost, how did the Shinedown collaboration come about?
Um, it's a little up in the air. We've heard multiple ways. I swear Warner reached out to us. They tell me I don't know. I think honestly, they wanted a hot sauce is my bet, and I think someone in their crew heard about it from either Necrogoblicon or Danny Wood from the New Kids, both of which make sauce for. And either way, we love working with them. It was fun. It was fun making the sauces with Barry and going back and forth as a collaboration, and it was we love the product, and they are the nicest people ever. Honestly, they've been amazingly nice to us, and they just seem to want to do good in the world, kind of thing. And he wanted to put a great product out. I think we're going to make another one for him this year, from the sound of it. And that was quite a collaboration with them, actually, so far. We're
Very
looking
nice.
forward to their world tour and their new album this year, because that should be interesting for the sauces.
Yeah.
So
I've seen the updates on socials of the behind the scenes filming different music videos and so on.
yeah,
They're as you're saying, yeah, they're ramping up, getting ready to go. I can only imagine how much fun that's going to be, and to really showcase and have those sauces get the word out around the world is going to be very pivotal. Not to say that y'all's name isn't already out there. I was trying to rack my brain before the episode tonight about trying to think through if there's been a different company, excluding the one that's kind of held number 8 for so long, but to think of another company that has been on Hot Ones more than y'all have. Do y'all actually hold that record, or is there another sauce company that you think is out?
we think we still do. We haven't like tracked it for a few years now, but we fingers crossed we may be on again this year. Uh,
Okay.
you know how it works. We're not sure.
Yeah.
But I think we still hold the title. If not, someone's tied with us. Because there's a few companies I've noticed that have been on a decent amount during the past like 5 or so seasons,
Yeah,
10 maybe.
Karma might be close.
Yeah.
They might be.
Yeah,
They might be.
but and we've also co-packed for a bunch of companies that have gotten onto a Hot One, so that's something we're really proud of too.
So, yeah, we like helping out where we can.
Yeah, I was definitely wanting to touch on that as well. Obviously, with this being encompassing of everything to do with the world of hot, there's some of those that are up and coming hobbyists that are really crushing it, and then there's individuals that are just starting out, and maybe they're getting a little bit over their skis and trying to figure out what that whole co-packing world is like. I guess if you could speak a little bit towards that for those individuals that either are curious or trying to figure out what that path might be for them.
Yeah, honestly, co-packing can be a great place for the small company to get their foot in the door. The only problem is it's hard for them to find like co-packers that can do small batches for them. We started off with co-packers early on, and we were really happy with the whole process. But then something came up, and we ended up doing all the production ourselves. And once we started doing that, then we were able to expand our product line exponentially.
Yeah,
Okay.
and we don't know much about what other people deal with in the co-packing world. I know I've heard of things like there's a lot. You often have trouble with scheduling because there's just so many customers. And I know that like cost wise, you're going to pay a decent amount more if you co-pack. But then again, you don't have to spend the money to get a kitchen, FDA kitchen up and running. We were lucky in the sense that we were able to do that slowly. I mean, we were kind of nomads for a while, renting kitchens. A few years here, a few years there. Then finally, we were able to get our own kitchen and get a actual production line in there too, which has probably saved our backs in the end, if not nothing else. But yeah, no, we've had a few people reach out to us. Usually, we've known them ahead of time. Like Black Eyed Susans last year, we made their
Red flag.
I always say Black Flag.
Yeah.
their red flag sauce when it was on Hot Ones, and we have a really great relationship with them now. And so we try to help if somebody gets on Hot Ones. They're like, we can't make 3,000 to 5,000 cases. We try to help if we have the time in our schedule, because it's a tough call you got, because it's quick too. Usually it's like, okay, you're going to be on in like 2 months.
Man,
we need it. Yeah, we need it. Like all this stuff, and it's like, oh man, that would be hard as a small company. And I know they keep finding a bunch of small companies, which is cool. It's great to get their name out there, obviously.
yeah.
And I'm sure it's really interesting for the fans to be able to, taste new wares, so to speak, and try. It's always great for innovation.
Yeah, no, definitely. You'd mentioned that you're getting started out with the habaneros and kind of that being where you ultimately comfortable around heat wise and what you're looking for in a sauce. I assume I might be answering this question already, but is there an ingredient that you've been working with throughout the years that has just stood out as like one that's always worked out great for you? And then is there an ingredient that you've tried to work with and just it hasn't come together?
Well, I instantly went. All right, so early on, this is an ingredient that really did not work for us, and this kind of speaks to our process a little bit. Normally, we get like a recipe down in like 1 or 2 batches. Like this is it. This is the final product. Off we go. And then the moment there's a struggle, and this was the case of the ranch my garlic.
Oh, that was a while ago.
we tried working with ranch seasoning and the oh my garlic, and it just was a salty, disgusting mess. And we're just like, no, we're done with it.
The funny thing is, we even knew what was wrong with that one. We have like 100 started in the background with 50 of them that are ready to go, kind of thing. That's one of the ones that we know what the problem is, which was just simply we shouldn't have. We used the oh my garlic as a base, and we didn't take the salt out of it. Because we didn't think about the salt and the ranch seasoning, and that's probably all we'd have to do. But yeah, we just it's relinquished to further down the road. We don't even have on our list of possible sauces for like collaborations and white label stuff because they're just like but the specific ingredient we've had trouble with, I don't know.
Yeah, no, not really. I think one of our most popular ingredients though is mandarin orange.
No, that was
It used
that
to
was the
be.
classic one,
Yeah,
the classic sauces, but not recently.
yeah.
There's not specific ingredients, I guess. We just keep varying off. Um, like I said, we got the Burberry sauce we just made. We're working on what's I can't we can't talk about that one.
Oh
But
yeah, no, we can't.
all right. Uh,
Something coming.
what else?
There's a teaser there, but something's coming.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
this year for sure. But we're working with the daddle pepper. That one I don't mind saying that might be for the new Shinedown sauce because it's from right outside of where Barry lives, pretty much St. Augustine, I believe,
Nice.
Florida. So there's nothing's really given us too much trouble over the years. But he's right. That's our process. Like we had a chocolate sauce, a mole sauce that was similar. It was actually really good. We just wasn't quite there, and we just it's somewhere in our recipe files kind of thing that we got to come back to. Which is funny. One of this last year
yeah.
we had one of those that actually paid off. Though I had a cranberry sauce I made. Oh God, I don't know, 15 plus years ago. We pulled it out, tweaked it with another formula we have now, and it's our cranberry jalapeno now, and it is like candy. Like it's. I was shocked because we put it out because we bought too much cranberry. We had a freezer full of cranberry, and we're like, we gotta open this freezer up. So we made the cranberry jalapeno, and when I tasted it after the production run, I'm like, this is ridiculously good.
Yeah.
Oh,
And it was one of my workers tweaked it, just like I said. They found the old recipe, they tweaked it, and that was it.
hey, there's nothing wrong with basically shelving something for a bit and coming back to it with a fresh set of
Oh no,
eyes. And it's always great to see whenever those things come together. You get that satisfaction of completion, knowing that the product is not just forever an idea; it's now tangible. So very very cool to hear that. Now with your sauces that have been featured on Hot Ones, is there one that has kind of either stood the test of time more so than another, or is there just one that kind of outperforms, say, the rest of the herd that's been on?
it would be the garlic reaper.
Yeah, definitely the
Yeah,
garlic reaper.
the garlic reaper has been our best seller since it was on Hot Ones. It seems to continue to grow both in sales and in just in the community because one of our workers is our Reddit guy, and apparently it's just huge on Reddit. So that definitely that and the originals that was on Zombie Apocalypse have pretty much stood the test of time with that. They're all good. They all continue to grow throughout the years, but like Garlic Reaper has been insanely high from the start and just keeps going up. There hasn't been a drop with it. Where most of them, you get your big initial orders from Hot Ones, and then it'll slow down towards the end of the year, and then it'll start growing again. But no, it's definitely Garlic Reaper. I mean, the second that Gordon Ramsay bitched about it for 2 minutes straight, compared to like not even mentioning someone else's name, I had people calling saying, "I don't think he liked it." I'm like, I don't care. you know, he started pulling that stuff out of his bag.
Yep.
And
That
also
was
I'm sure Shaq picking it up also helped. That was one of the few episodes we watched as a crew, and I was looking at everyone going, did someone talk to Shaq's people or something? Because he reaches over too before he gets to it, picks it up, puts it next to his face, and smiles and goes, "This is the one I'm afraid of," and then just smiles for like 3 seconds, and I'm like, "What the hell was that?"
It was perfect.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Shaq's an amazing individual. He's very well rounded everywhere that he goes too. He's like the center of attention. So that's awesome that he saw y'all sauce. It called out to him and had that opportunity. that kind of also goes into what I was going to say next as well, which is, you've had the opportunity of having y'all sauces, once again, featured on Hot Ones many times, had different celebrities trying all your sauces. Now, has there been which that maybe that was Shaq, what you're saying, that has like one of the celebrities that's kind of really stood out, and you're like, man, that was really cool to see whoever it was try that. And then the second part to that is there a celebrity, or we'll just leave it as that, but overarching, somebody that you would like to see trying one of your sauces one day?
I want to see Bruce Campbell try the sauces.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that. But...
I think Bruce Campbell would be amazing. Jeff Goldblum,
didn't he try Son of Zombie?
He did Son of Zombie. Yeah, he was on this. He was on season 6.
I don't remember them all, but
yeah, that was an excellent one. Who's the girl that says that's hot?
You want Paris Hilton?
I know Paris Hilton was on it. I don't know if she was on one of the ones that we had.
No, she was not. I don't think, at least.
She did an excellent interview. Excellent interview. She did not break at all. And that's one of the things I love about the show, is watching the celebrities. Like, they hit that point where their character breaks, and it's like, oh, that's the real person right there.
Yeah.
None are coming to mind. There were a lot that tried it that were awesome, but we've been on 100+ episodes, so but I remember some of the ones that I was like, God damn it, we're not on this season. When Bryan Cranston was on, I was like, oh man, things like that, where it's just, I'm a big fan of them, and I'm like, man, I would have wanted to see them have our sauce. There've been a lot of those, especially the Black Eyed Susan season. That was almost, it was 90% A+ people in that whole season. I'm like, damn it, I want them to try it.
Yeah.
Bruce Campbell is definitely on my list, just because I love him personally. We all do, not everyone in the company, but a lot of us in the company love Bruce Campbell. He's a B-movie actor, but whatever, I don't know off the top of my head right now. I would have liked to see Sabrina Carpenter try it too, but I didn't know that till last year. So yeah.
Well, no, I mean, yes, to that point, I definitely think with the amount of episodes that y'all have been on, having sauces on, it's ultimately, it is a pretty tall ask to figure out, but I didn't know if maybe there was something that stood out. So those definitely make sense. And the people that you would like to see, those also are pretty good selections as well. I could see that piecing together. Now, as far as something I wanted to touch on, y'all's sauce line, you have the slogan on there, accidentally healthy, we'll put it that way. I do love the overall focus and the clean ingredient lineup that you have going on. That is, for me personally, that's something pretty huge. I ended up I was always somewhat, I guess more than the average American, focused on health my whole life. But really, 2014, I buckled down, and that was the year I kicked soft drinks. I kicked everything that really wasn't ideal for my everyday life. It was bad. It was a pretty big vice in my life. Before 2014. I was drinking at least 3 liters of soda a day and 7 different energy drinks, and it was not ideal.
A lot.
Yeah. So, I guess speak to that if you could. How did that get started? Was that always just kind of in y'all's natural formula? Was just to kind of be on the cleaner side of things, or did that come later on?
Honestly, it was accidental. That's kind of why that came up. We just didn't know. I don't think we would have anyways, just because of how both he and I cook. But we didn't really know the cheating stuff, how to do it in the first place. So it wasn't really an option for us anyways. And then once we realized we hadn't and everything was clean, my girlfriend at the time thought of the slogan, accidentally healthy, intentionally delicious. And it did fit, because we cook for taste. We want it to be delicious. we want it to, when it needs to be hot, we want it to be hot. But why would you put like corn syrup and other things? Like it's just not, why not use sugar? Why not use, vegetables and fruits and the stuff that's what you cook with. Why would you not cook with what you cook with? You're not at home going, all right, measure out 2 cups of corn syrup and, now some spices. All right,
Yep.
there's your sauce. No, so we just kind of fell into it, and it was a good slogan for us. So we went with it pretty much.
Yeah, no.
And we continue to embrace that with our recipes. Yeah. So it's something that we like to keep doing.
Yeah, no, definitely. That makes perfect sense. And, it's a great outlook to have. Definitely now, as we've seen over the last few years, more and more people kind of being a little bit more health conscious about what they're putting in their body. So that already kind of sets up for a nice, way to stand out to those individuals that are just jumping in to really getting into the world of hot sauce, to be able to find a company that actually takes the time to make sure that what you're getting is real stuff. So have like the barbecue sauce and etc. How has that really been received compared to, like, I knew y'all from the hot sauce side of things. So like, is there a different side of y'all's overall consumer base that mainly focuses on just your other products, or do you see that kind of being a nice crossover between both?
I think people with families are the ones that are going for like the oh my garlics and the barbecue sauces. That the ones that want to cook for an entire group, and we see that a lot when we go to shows and festivals where like the husband and the son will like bum rush the Superhots, but the rest of the family will be like eating everything else and be like, oh my god, all this stuff is amazing.
Yeah.
And they end up buying more of those, and then they might get 1 or 2 of the Superhots, and then everyone's happy. So they kind of balance each other out.
Okay.
Yeah, kind of. And I think there are 2 different segments. Like, it's sort of like he's saying, you've got half the family's down on one end and half's on the other. So I think some of the hot sauce crew then goes and tries the other stuff, whereas the people who are buying the barbecues, the honey mustard, the garlics, I mean, the garlics kind of cross over thanks to Garlic Reaper, obviously, but they will eventually try some of the hot sauces too, because they're often marketed the same places. So it's they grew separately of each other, because we sold a lot more of those when we used to do festivals, the 12 ounce, as we call them, which are the not hot sauces, the barbecues and things. But we sell them to grocery stores who also buy the hot sauces, and they sell together usually. So it is a mixture, but at the same time separate. It's a little weird that way, but they keep growing together. So. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I was just looking through as well, is like, y'all have such a strong pillar in both sides. I didn't know if there was maybe just essentially like distinct different markets that kind of hit, but it definitely makes sense to the same point that I was just saying, like knowing that y'all are a hot sauce company, and then finding out later that the other stuff that y'all make is not necessarily hot sauce, but still in that same market, is just like opening up that avenue. So I could definitely see, as you're saying, that crossover really happen. From a growth standpoint, I know y'all been at this for quite a while now, and everything's been moving great. From what we can see, is the growth trajectory. I guess first and foremost, how was that moment of your first additional hire to, I guess, whatever the most recent growth, whether that be moving into a new facility, et cetera? How were those 2 moments? I know typically that first moment of hiring someone's a little bit of a encapsulating memory, if you will. So, I guess walk through on that, if you could, how those at least held with y'all.
The first hire, they were hires technically, because we had two guys that were doing a lot of the festivals with us, and when we were able to finally hire them full time, that was quite nice, because it was good for them. It was good for us. They're still working with us, Andy and Scott. They're very important to the company, and that was really nice. moving into the location like 6 years ago was probably the biggest growth we've had business wise. Technically, I was actually even back then it wasn't exactly scary because it was the right timing for it, and we've needed it. So like it was quite good. I don't know how
Yeah,
you're
it
feeling on
was.
it.
I mean, honestly, the first hires, like you said, Andy and Scott, um, help spread out the workload because there's always so much that needs to get done. And they were able to help us find new markets, help us with planning productions and getting stuff going. And that move into the facility that we got, that it felt like we were moving up. Like we took the next we leveled up uh, into the next level here, and because it was we were a gypsy producer, and the last place that we were at, they were closing down, and we had, I think, was that when we first got on the hot ones, and we knew, like, with
I don't remember this. It would have been close to it at least.
yeah, and I think us being able to do all that production really helped catapult us.
Now, we've also kind of talked about how at one point, if there's something that's not working, you kind of shelf it to the side to reflect on later. Inspiration-wise, behind your sauces, is there a rhyme or reason? Is there something that you kind of pull towards? How do you come up with y'all's inspiration for not only the flavor profiles, but also the imagery and names?
Well, the flavor profiles is pretty random. It's either one of us gets a bug up our butt and is like, well, like one day Ben's like, my mom likes curry. I'm going to make a curry sauce. And that was literally the inspiration. It was snapped in his head, similar to the horseradish sauce. Actually, almost exactly like the horseradish sauce. One day I'm sitting at my office doing stuff on Excel, and I'm like, screw it. I'm going to, sorry, little backstory on that. Every festival we go to, there'd be at least one guy that would come over and go, do you have a horseradish sauce? And when we tell him no, he'd just walk away.
It's probably the same guy at every festival.
Maybe, but it's like every festival, and over like 2 year period, and I was sitting at my desk. I'm like, screw it, I'm gonna make a horseradish sauce because I didn't like horseradish back then, and I'm like, whatever, I'm gonna try it, and I made the smoky horseradish sauce, and I loved it, and so do the people that love horseradish. So I'm like, well, if people that hate horseradish love this sauce, I think I've got something going here. So
Yep.
it was, and then there's other times where, like, the Devour jerk sauce. Barry gave us his tasting notes, and it's the only thing that made sense with all the, like, it was kind of random word jumble that we got, and I'm like, Ben and I are like, well, if we did this and this and like,
Yeah.
is this kind of a jerk sauce? And we were like, yeah, I think, yeah, let's go for that. And we were able to work up pretty much all his notes into that sauce, and it's an excellent sauce. So it varies greatly on the
Ooh,
labels.
The son is zombie.
Oh, that was one of our workers
Yeah.
at a mall. Was mixing 3 of our sauces together, and she's like, "You got to try this." And it's a mix of our honey garlic, our chipotle barbecue,
Yep.
and a
Zombie
little bit of
apocalypse.
zombie apocalypse. And it was weird for her because I'm like, we have a sauce called Everyday. It's our our original sultry with no heat, and that was too hot for her at one point. And so I'm watching her mix this thing, and I'm like, "What is wrong with you, Liz?" And she's like, "It's so good. You've got to try it." I'm like, you shouldn't be eating that. And just like, no, it's so good. So that was the Son of Zombie, how that started. It was just a random mixture of products, and then we had to figure out an actual recipe behind it, obviously.
And
Nice.
for our product names, we want them to be more. I don't want to say more general. We want people to be able to understand what they're trying. Like, I mean, early on we had sauces like Sultry, Tarnation, Fever. We don't make that one anymore. And you hear that name and you're like, I don't know what I'm getting myself into. Other than Tarnation is probably going to be hot. So like now there's the garlic habanero, cranberry jalapeno. We want people to know what is going to be in the sauce.
But sometimes a fun name sneaks past, and we can't help it.
Well, that's
you know
true.
what I mean? It's like mushroom mayhem, which still describes it, but it's not quite as descriptive. Or like oh my garlic and things like that. So it varies, and the label itself. My friend from high school, Rich Hauk, he's a web designer, and he's worked on the labels pretty much from the beginning. And sometimes we have a direct idea of what we want, and we tell them. Sometimes I'm literally like, I have no idea. Surprise me. I think the Habanero Evil. I said, now my wife, but put my girlfriend on it, and my puppy in a unicorn suit, because we have a picture of my one puppy in a flying unicorn suit, and that he made the Habanero Evil label off of that. And other times it's literally nothing. I give him absolutely nothing. I'm like, just do something. So
I loved the label for Sweet Onion Habanero. Did you give him any directions on that one?
I think I did, actually, if I remember right.
Okay.
It was like mid-level directions, but still.
I was like, this label's perfect for this sauce. Yeah. He does good work for us.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it sounds like there's a nice layer of trust that's there. Obviously, you knew him beforehand. The fact that he's able to put out the amazing artwork that he is doing on these is phenomenal. So I can definitely see why, just from a visual standpoint, all the labels y'all have pop. They say, come take a look at this. And then once the consumer's holding it, it's pretty much a done deal at that point. They're going home with it. So, okay. Well, let's do this. Let's go ahead and jump on over to the game.
Okay.
Sounds good.
We have the Sauce Gauntlet. This is iteration number 10 for everyone that's at home. This is a very fun game. This is often a fan favorite. For y'all's in particular, we have done up let's just get into it. I'll go ahead and do the preface beforehand, because you always have somebody that fires off in the comments, and this is to go ahead and combat that. Win or lose today does not mean that you dislike or disapprove of this sauce. Someone simply just has to win. So here we go. Let's go ahead and get this zoomed in a bit. We can go a little bit more than that. How about this? All right, here we go. Up first. Oh, man. I'm going to have to go really in. All right, so we have cranberry.
All right.
Versus habanero.
Oh.
I mean, I know my answer. I mean, I love both of them, but sweet onion's probably my favorite. So.
Yeah, Sweet Onion's the winner in that case. But that was a good team up there.
Well, it's unfortunately only going to get harder. Here we go.
Yes.
Now we have Slaughter, and then we have the number one. What is that? Extra.
Every day. So
every day. Yep. I got to zoom this in. My eyes are not quite as good as I thought they were.
Well, don't worry. That happens. I mean, I think we're both going to be in agreement on this one too, just because we both like spicy things.
You'll be shocked. I was going to say the everyday this time, but Slaughter is a better sauce ultimately.
Then why would you pick every day?
Because I do have a soft spot for every day.
Okay.
But Slaughter. Let's make Slaughter the winner.
You don't have to agree with me.
All right. There we go. We shall scoot on down to the next duo. We have Rapture versus Garlic Habanero.
Oh, ow.
I mean, I don't eat Rapture often, but it is quite a kick in the face as a sauce. I'm personally gonna have to go with the garlic hab just because I will eat it more often.
All right.
There's something about the Rapture that I think is
special.
Special.
There you go.
It's transformative. It's so much pepper. It's such a slow burner. My vote would be for Rapture.
Okay.
The but garlic habanero, that used to be called the Ow My Garlic in our lineup, and everyone loved that sauce, and they were begging for us to bring it out, and finally we did. So only because it's a newer product and it deserves the next level up, I'll go for garlic habanero.
He could be tiebreaker on this, you know.
Oh well, no, we gotta. I think we gotta agree.
Oh, do we have to agree? I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there's no real definitive nature on that, but yeah, I mean, I was gonna say ultimately, if it couldn't come to conclusion, you could always do the rock paper scissors and decide the winner.
I mean, we could do that. That sounds fun. Want to do rock paper scissors?
All right.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, shoot. 1, 2, 3, shoot. 1, 2, 3, shoot. Oh, goddamn.
All right.
Let's just go with the Rapture.
Okay, Rapture. That's good.
All right. There we go. I like it. Like the competitive nature that's already going on here too. All right.
Ooh, Mushroom Mayhem.
Mushroom Mayhem versus the Garlic Reaper.
Poor Scott.
Yeah.
We're going to have to go with Garlic Reaper for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
But Mushroom Mayhem is excellent. We actually we haven't brought it out, but we have the original version of Mushroom Mayhem it's actually a steak sauce. No heat.
Yeah.
Or very little heat, at least. Delicious. Eventually, we have to bring it out.
All right. Hey, I'm liking the sound of that. We will start over here at the top and work our way down. So we have the number 7, and then we have Tarnation.
I mean, they're both excellent. I'm gonna have to go with Sultry just because it is our original sauce. That was the original preserve for the habaneros way back over 20 years ago now.
Yeah, and I think it's a good level of heat without being overbearing. Yeah, I agree.
All right, simple enough. We shall move on to the next ones. We have the Pineapple Papaya Barbecue versus Oh My Garlic.
That's a rough one, actually.
Well, I mean, we got to kind of think into the future here, because it's going to be one of those two versus the Sultry. And they're both excellent sauces. I think the Oh My Garlic. Wins for me. The pineapple papaya, amazing. Use it as a salad dressing sometime. It's fantastic.
Oh man, I don't know. I mean, the Oh My Garlic is an amazing garlic aioli style sauce. The pineapple papaya is just tons of fruit into a honey barbecue, basically. It's sweet and delicious. I'm personally going to go with pineapple papaya, honestly. I use it more often, but
I can be swayed by that.
Well, I mean, I'm not. Am I supposed to be swaying? I guess I'm supposed to be swaying.
We're supposed to be swaying each other.
All right.
So like I agree with you. I think let's put pineapple pie up there.
All right. Okay, fine.
Simple enough. On to the next one. Here we go. We have Honey Badger, and then we have Son of Zombie.
Oh, that's an easy one for me.
I'm guessing I know the answer for
Son of Zombie.
Honey Badger is a fun mixture that actually Andy and Scott came up with at a festival, and it's delicious. It was on Hot Ones as well. It was great, but I'm gonna have to go with Son of Zombie just because. Again, I use it a lot more often.
All right, fair enough. Up next, we have the Headless Horseradish Sauce, and then we have Zombie Apocalypse.
Oh. All right, so Zombie Apocalypse did a ton better for us on Hot Ones. It was one of our first super hots that we ever made. My vote's for the Zombie.
I mean, Headless is a more unique. Zombie's awesome. I love Zombie. I've eaten it a ton of times.
Yeah.
And it did do better, but it was also on 48 episodes.
What?
So, back when they were still doing 24 episode seasons. That's a tough one. I mean,
if you go with Zombie, then you're also pairing it up against Son of Zombie. So that's a future battle. So whatever you think this outcome might shake out. That might be a helping deciding
Oh, I see
factor.
what you're saying. You know what? Let's put zombie because it'll be an interesting battle then.
Yeah, yeah,
Headless is excellent. I think it's a more unique sauce,
I agree.
but yeah, sure. For that reason, I like it.
All right. Well, here we are. We're down to the final 8. Let's go ahead and get this one rolling here.
It's an
We
interesting
have
game.
Sweet Onion Habanero versus the Slaughter.
I have to vote for the sweet onion. That is my recipe that we came up with. I was at I went out to eat and I had a habanero salsa and it was sweet and oniony and hot, and I was just like, this has to become a sauce of ours.
Slaughter used to be and no, it's not. I mean, I love Slaughter. It used to be an everyday sauce for me, like literally, and I think sweet onion ended up replacing it currently, at least. I mean, 20 years that's gonna ebb and flow, but yeah, I'm gonna go with sweet onion too.
Yep. All right. Sounds good. Now we have Rapture versus the Garlic Reaper sauce.
Our 2 hottest. Interesting.
Yeah. This might shock you. I prefer Rapture over Garlic Reaper.
How dare you, sir?
I mean, Garlic Reaper is amazing, but I love all the pepper flavors that Rapture has.
I'm actually kind of the opposite. We might have to go rock paper scissors here or something, because I don't get me wrong, Rapture's great, but I prefer a more complex flavor.
Okay.
And Rapture is all pepper, like it's just all pepper flavor, whereas you get the garlic aioli and then it kicks your ass, like for the Garlic Reaper. I don't know. Are we doing rock paper scissors?
We can do that again, but let's not go 4 rounds with the same answers. 1, 2, 3, shoot!
Damn it!
Rapture.
Oh,
all right.
Fail.
I like the ability to stay true to the solution and not continue to pitch the sauce that would have lost the rock paper scissors.
Their star play, Garlic Reaper's star player was out that day. That's all.
Yeah.
Lost
No
the
worries.
game.
No worries. All right. Well, here's another tough battle going on. So we got the pineapple papaya barbecue versus the sauce that started it all.
You had to put it that way, huh?
I just this is already staged. I just had to paint that as the damsel in distress.
Right. I gotta lean towards the pineapple on this one.
I have to agree. I mean, I love them both. Personally, I'd probably use both.
Yeah.
On them because I'd be like a little hot sauce as well. But I do the pineapple papaya is it's a pretty unique offering in the end.
Oh yeah,
because it's very thick, chunky, and it's what 1/3, 2/3? No, not 2/3. It's like half fruit.
There's a ton of great pineapple and papaya in that sauce.
I love pineapple, but honestly, papaya has been one of those fruits that's been really growing on me a lot over the years. And I'll now make papaya smoothies at least once a month. I'll make a papaya smoothie. So
that one when we created it, the idea was both pineapple and papaya have enzymes that break down meats. So why wouldn't it work well as a barbecue sauce? And then it turned out it was absolutely delicious. So that worked.
Well,
all right. Son of Zombie versus Zombie.
Yep.
Oof.
All right. Utilitarian side, for me, it's going to be Son of Zombie is the winner in this case.
You hear?
She was saying we have someone else sitting in this room with us. She's not on the
our bookkeeper.
Yeah. Honestly, Son of Zombie I think wins out. Zombie Apocalypse is an amazing sauce. I'd say it's a near perfect Superhot for our first try, and the Son of Zombie just takes that heat, tones it down just enough with sweet and smoke, and for me, it's my favorite.
I mean, I'll give you that. The addition of because I am leaning towards zombie, but the mixture of the honey garlic and the chipotle barbecue, they're two excellent sauces themselves. Yeah, okay, Son of Zombie.
All right. Here we go. We are lined up, ready to go. We are now down to the final four. Oh man. This is where we're gonna really see it. All right.
First game isn't so hard.
Yeah. Sweet onion is definitely over Rapture.
Okay.
Yeah. I agree. I just use it way too often.
Yeah, it's such a good sauce.
I usually I go through a case about a month, probably. So.
All right. Fair enough. Now we have
it's all sweet sauces.
Imagine that.
We have Son of Zombie and then the pineapple papaya barbecue.
That's almost unfair.
Yeah.
It's a very close game. I'll say that.
You know, it's not often that I can run the Sauce Gauntlet and use only the sauce company's sauces. So this was a lot of fun putting together.
This was the normal game, honestly. Katie, you got any opinion here?
Between pineapple and sun. Oh, she's all right. Okay, so for versatility's sake, again, I'd say pineapple wins this one. They're both amazing.
They're both very versatile, though.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
All right.
Here's the thing: for the final battle, I think it should be Son of Zombie because then at least it's hot sauce versus hot sauce.
I'm kind of feeling that too, and that's both. So sweet onion versus pineapple and sweet onion versus Son of Zombie are super close as well, for the same reasons. Let's put Son of Zombie up there.
Yeah, I think so.
All right.
Very close battle, though. They won by like 2 points.
Sounds like a good matchup. So now here we go. We have Son of Zombie versus Sweet Onion Habanero. The final showdown.
I am in so much pain right now, just trying to figure out which one to go here.
Yeah, you would think we'd jump right on Sweet Onion based on how we acted towards it already, I know. But I gotta agree with Ben. It's a little tough. They're both very, very versatile sauces.
Yep.
They're both around the same heat level.
I feel strongly about both of them.
You know what? Personally, I'm going to go with Sweet Onion only because it is an original, not a mixture.
Yeah. It's. I can see that reason.
Not a mixture of other sauces. So
I'm leaning towards the Son of Zombie. Shockingly, even though the Sweet Onion's my baby.
Well, we might have to we might have to do the tiebreaker then, I guess.
Yeah. The reason why I'm leaning towards the Son of Zombie is it has the chipotle barbecue in it. I love sweet and smoke and spice all together.
It is nice that it's sweet, smoky, and spicy. You're right. The other one's sweet and spicy, but no smoke.
It's got a ton of onion flavor.
Yeah.
Which is amazing. All right. Ready? 1, 2, 3, shoot.
Damn it.
1, 2, 3, shoot. 1, 2, 3, shoot. Oh, all right. Wait.
Rock, paper, lizard. Wait, I can't even say it anyway. Rock, paper, lizard, Spock.
Okay.
I don't remember the rules, but let's do it.
Katie, think of a number between 1 and 10.
Yeah.
Me and Vid will guess, and whoever is closest, gets the final decision.
Got it.
All right.
Couldn't neither of us decide?
I can't decide. I mean, you're right.
7.
What's yours?
2.
They got it.
That doesn't help though. Remember?
But it's your decision. It's all on you now.
You know what? You want. Damn it! I'm gonna go against you again. I was gonna say you won me over because you're right. It has three different distinct flavor profiles. So fine, Son of Zombie it is.
All right. Let's shrink that down. Move the X over. We're gonna move this on over.
I appreciate your opinions, and you are correct in your opinions.
Well, there we go. Son of Zombie is the winner of the Sauce Gauntlet. Well, that was a fun and interesting battle and a nice showdown. And for everyone that was unfamiliar with your sauce lineup, now they have a very good understanding of your sauce lineup and your opinions on each and every one of them and how they would stack out. So there we go. Helpful little tip for everyone. What did y'all think of it, though? Ultimately, I know there was a lot of back and forth and deciding, but what did you think of the Sauce Gauntlet?
It's kind of fun. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, that was a lot
I wasn't
of fun.
sure what was going to be up behind the cards either because I figured it would be other companies too. You know what I mean?
You know, I've done those for individuals that will do a lot of reviews. I'll make their Sauce Gauntlet like that.
Okay.
For growers, I do a different iteration. It's the same game. I just call it the Pepper Gauntlet. And ultimately, it's them selecting which peppers based upon their own opinions. So this was fun because, like I said, I think y'all might be the first company that I can think of that has had enough sauces to do its own standalone gauntlet. And I wanted to exclude any of the like the Shinedown or the other collab sauces because I didn't want any kind of unfair natures kind of coming in. So
fair enough.
But you know, always fun. Now, here's the great part. This is the nugget of knowledge. This would be something that you would, tell somebody that is, we'll gear this. Normally, I gear it towards individuals that are just starting out. But y'all have had a great track record. Y'all are doing amazing things. We'll gear this towards the individual who maybe they've been making sauce for a while, but they've kind of hit a plateau or they're questioning whether they should stay in. What would be a nugget of knowledge that you would share with them, to miss a pothole or miss a struggle in their journey?
Oh, I got one right away.
Okay.
So the one thing that honestly saved our company early on was doing the shows and festivals.
Oh, that's true.
And the thing that we were able to do, because I mean, we were basically out of college at this point. We still had a rather large friend group, and we were able to leverage them in order to work shows and festivals. So we could have like 3 or 4 different booths out at different festivals across the state, into other states. And we were able to build our cash flow that way and making sure that our people are paid well and we were able to keep them going on for a very long time. So do your best to leverage your friends so that way you can hit up multiple shows or festivals or farmers markets any given weekend that there's shows and festivals at, because any money coming in from that stuff is money you wouldn't have had.
My main advice is just don't expect to hit it big quick. Like you gotta keep at it. Unless you get very lucky or have a lot of money behind you at the beginning, it's tough. It is a tough business. I think most businesses are tough, though. I mean, that's why 90% fail in like the first 2 years or something. So, in any business, I mean, so also like it's a weird thing, but. And it's a weird thing coming from us especially, but keep your product line tight, yet this is the thing that doesn't quite make sense. Make sure to keep trying to innovate in the background because you never know what you can use. Like say with Hot Ones, they don't want to put on anything that's been out at all, before it's on Hot Ones. So like having a library of things you haven't released yet is actually a pretty good thing, because then if they do get interested in you and reach out to you, you go, well, I've got do these 3 interest you at all? And they'll try them and they might pick one.
I have another one too. I don't want to say keep your sauces simple, but you want to plan for the ability to do large batches of them.
Oh, that's true.
Because like when you're talking to a co-packer, they're not going to want to hand dice 100 onions and then fire roast them and then put them in the sauce. Like obviously that's going to be delicious, but like you need to have that thought in mind as you build out your recipes.
Yeah, he's right. You got to make sure you can buy things in bulk, like whatever it is. If you're gonna make it bigger with the sauce, like I mean, and there's a lot of places you can get a lot of interesting things. One of our vendors, I mean, we can get flash frozen pomegranate seeds or dragon fruit from this one vendor. I mean, but yet they also just sell normal flash frozen fruit, like the pineapple and papaya. And it's the highest freshness. It's better than anything you're going to find in even a farmer's market. But it's you can get it, and you can get it in bulk. As opposed to I don't know what random ingredient, but sometimes they go a little too complex and rare, and that's cool if you can figure out how to do it. But yeah, once you get to the mass production part of it, that could be a big problem.
Very well said.
So that's a good one.
Very well said. Well, here's the next fun part. This is where y'all get to put somebody on the hot seat. So since there are two of y'all, there could be 2 nominations. So, there's no real cap, but ultimately it is, that's typically how that rolls out. So who would you like to put on the hot seat? Who do you think would make a great guest for the show?
Honestly, I was thinking Ron from Black Eyed Susans. He loves talking about his product. He has a lot of good thoughts.
He has a lot of good ideas.
Clark and Hopkins, those guys, they have an interesting story. Karma.
I mean, Steve is always fun too. Steve Seabury.
Oh yeah, if you can get Steve Seabury,
you know what? I'm going to put Steve on. Why not?
Okay.
I love Steve. So.
All right.
If he's been on the show already. I don't know.
No, he has not.
Right.
Gene from Karma is that one's in the works. It's just more or less ironing out a day.
Okay.
But I will definitely reach out. Thank y'all for those nominations, and we'll have a scheduled time to have them on the podcast. Now, there's anything else y'all want to let those know that are watching and listening?
Well, obviously, everyone's got to try the Shinedown sauces. I mean, we're going to be pushing them pretty hard. We worked hard on those last year. We're very proud of them, and they are like we enjoy pushing them also because of. Honestly, and I know I said this already, they are seriously the most ridiculously nice people. And I'm not just talking the band, I'm talking everyone who works with them. They have a crew they keep on full time. And like even on off years, they do like short tours just so they can pay their people, and they don't take money. And they like to produce really good products. And yeah, so I just check out the Shinedown sauces. That's my shout out. And I gave him time for his.
Yeah, actually, well, I already knew what I was going to go with.
All right.
The raspberry chipotle sauce. We're going to be doing another run of that soon.
Oh, true. We are.
It's not a sauce that's ever been really like pushed out there, but we have a lot of raspberries for some reason. And
might have been the same reason we have a lot of cranberries.
Yeah,
we won't get into that though.
It might have. But yeah, no. So we're going to be putting out another sauce. The production for that's coming up pretty soon here. It's going to be in 12-ounce bottles. It's a really tasty sauce. It's
a re-release. We did 2018, 2017.
Yeah.
So we have too much raspberry in the freezer too. So this is our plan on getting rid of it, and it is an excellent sauce. So
yeah,
we're excited to have it back out.
Put it on everything: wings, burgers, tacos, whatever you want to put it on. It's amazing.
And this is another. We're putting it out as a test sauce still because we might tweak it in the end when we finally bring it out. But so we're looking for feedback on it too.
All right. Well,
that should be out in about a month or two, I think. I don't remember.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I will make sure to share that out as well. Whenever y'all drop that on socials, I'll share it around so Swear Nation can keep up with everything that's going on with Torchbearer Sauces. absolute pleasure having y'all on here. Time has just absolutely flown by. Still so much more we can dive into. Would love to have y'all back, and dive deeper. So
anytime.
Yeah, absolutely.
We enjoyed being here.
This is great. Thank you.
Ben and Vid, thank you so much for coming on. It was a pleasure having you on the podcast here tonight. Look forward to diving into so much more Torchbearer Sauces. If you want to keep up with Torchbearer Sauces, I will have the direct links for them down below, all the ways you can keep up with them, as well as the main link to the website so you can check out the full lineup. Don't forget these amazing Shinedown sauces that were featured here. I'll have the direct links for those, as well as a direct link for the trio set. So you can pick up all 3 of the Shinedown sauces for a discounted price and take advantage of that. That's for sure. Hey, thank you so much, Swear Nation, for being here, making the show what it is. Continue to share this out with other like-minded chili heads. Don't forget, new episodes drop every Tuesday and Thursday night at 8 p.m. Central. Could not do this without podvision.io. If you are looking to grow your brand, start your brand, you've hit a bump in the road and you're trying to figure things out, highly recommend checking out podvision.io for all your needs. Also want to shout out webdx.one. If you are looking to update your website, maybe you need a new website in general, maybe, things are just looking a little bit dated, it's not a good visual representation of you and your business online, highly recommend checking out webdx.one. Also, they are able to assist you with AI web assistance. So if you are looking to automate your business flows, highly recommend checking out webdx.one. Episode 77 is in the books. I'm Brandon Swear, and from everything from the world of hot, this has been The Swear Word.